future. We're talking real money.
Welcome to the strangest Talking Real Money episode ever. Let's see, how does this work? I just got back from my cruise, and Tom's in Lake Chelan. Is that how this works? Something like that. I'm trying to figure this whole thing out. Is it a Schrodinger's cat thing? If Tom isn't really there, is he alive? Does he exist? And if I wasn't here and I'm sorry, this quantum physics thing is confusing me. Let's just talk about money, shall we? Hello, everyone. I'm Don McDonald. Don't know how I'm here, but I am. Over there, Tom Cock. I don't know how he's here, but he is. And we are going to talk with you right there, wherever you are. We don't know that you're there because we haven't opened the box to see if you're in there, but we assume you are. We're going to just go with that. Today on the Talking Real Money exciting podcast, we're going to talk about owning and investing in real estate. And we're talking single families here. The kind of stuff, that the American dream, owning your very own single family dwelling with a white picket fence and a swing set in the backyard for those children you're going to have.
And somebody today is suggesting they want to get a miniature cow and put it in their back, which I didn't even know there was such a thing. They said it's the same size as a medium-sized dog. Wow.
You can buy a mini cow? Does it give little mini bottles of milk?
I was saying the steaks must be tiny. And they're like, that's not why you own it.
The steaks are small. Well, it's better than having big steaks.
I guess it is.
Lower stakes means
healthier.
Less risk.
Yeah, exactly.
Something like that. Okay, the show's getting stranger by the second. Well, anyway, I read something on my Apple news feed, on BuzzFeed, and it was a piece by a young real estate agent in the Orlando metropolitan area. It's actually a real estate agent who used to be in a soap opera. He was in Days of Our Lives. But he made a fascinating point. And Tom and I can both relate to this because we're really old. Back in the 1980s, which is, that's about when I bought my first home.
Yeah, I bought my first home in 1984.
Yeah, that's when we were buying home. I bought my first home probably in 79. But it's interesting. He states, and he's relatively accurate, that in the 1980s you could get a nice home, and you could, for $80,000. With a 20% down payment, that's $16,000.
Yep. Well, not including the other expenses.
Right. But we're rounding. We're rounding here.
Yep.
In 1989, the median family income in the U.S. was just under $30,000. So your down payment was a little over half the median income of an American in the late 1980s. Doesn't sound too awful. And the house is $80,000. You're going to still owe about $60,000. But if you really, as he said, if you really wanted to do it and you just cut all your expenses to the bare bones, you could pay that thing off in 2 years. 2 years worth of your $30,000. No,
nobody did that.
No, this is for argument's sake.
Oh, okay. All right. Just for the numbers. Okay.
It's an argument for affordability.
You had me at the 16 and okay. All right. That's good.
In 2023,
yeah,
he's saying a house is about $400,000, and that's about right in the Orlando area.
Not here,
not there. Okay, $20% down payment on that is
sounds like $80,000. Yeah.
What is the median salary in 2022?
I'd just be guessing. 75,
56.
So I'm way high.
So your down payment.
Yeah,
is over $20,000 more than an annual salary. Now think about that. Before it was a little over half.
Yeah,
and now it's 120+%. It's huge.
So that means that housing prices have inflated far more quickly,
far more than salaries,
than wages. Yeah,
right.
Okay. Oh,
and could you possibly pay off the $320,000 difference in 2 years? No.
This also sounds like a Harry Dent type argument that's going to suggest that the housing market is going to go into the
may
toilet.
Be. It may be. I'm not going to predict. I'm not going to try and predict what housing is going to do from here. But what I would like to show is the stupidity and the futility. It's one thing to put money down and make payments on a house that's really expensive to live in, because that's partially lifestyle. It's not all investment.
Yeah, it's not trying to get rich. That's where you're going to live. Makes sense.
We did a study of the podcasts on Apple Podcasts, the top investing podcasts, and what were most of them about, Tom?
It's more than 50% are about flipping real estate, investing in real estate, getting rich quick in real estate.
Single-family real estate.
Yeah.
But what does this tell you? I mean, you can really extrapolate from this that owning real estate, while it may still make you money, there's not anywhere near as much room for making money as there might have been in the past.
Further, if you have to borrow the money to do that, even tougher than just 2 years ago, right? When you could get it for, 3%, 4%. I mean, now it's 7% or close to it. So yeah, you're right. The room is much smaller. There's another part of all this that I find fascinating as well. And that is, did you know we were in the middle of the 2023 HELOC boom?
I did not know that. No.
I didn't hear it. I didn't see it. The boom.
Is that like a sonic boom?
Close. This is home equity line of credit,
People
which I find
borrowing
fascinating.
against their homes.
People have about, according to Bloomberg, somewhere around $10 trillion in available home equity.
Okay, available. That doesn't mean that they've tapped it and spent it.
Right. They haven't. And with a HELOC, there is an origination fee. Generally, then you don't get charged until you start taking the money out, right? Until you start pulling it. So I started doing a little thinking about this. The article is fascinating. The people they talked, I can't believe it. 41-year-old who took $200,000 out. Guess what? He wants to buy properties he can rent out. Now, he hasn't found any yet that will pay the 8.5% that the HELOC, the return won't be high enough to pay the interest. That's what I was saying. You don't have the room, right?
Right. And it doesn't look like there's a lot of room for price growth either.
No, I mean, not at all. Then you got the cop who lives in Naples, Florida. He decided to take out $50,000 line of credit on his condo. And guess what he's doing with the money? He is,
he's in Naples.
No. I would almost support that over what he's proposing.
Crypto.
He's that too. He is deciding to, and I put this in quotations, play the stock market. He's taking the 50. He's going to, guess what? Trades options, 60, 30 days on the S&P. Come on. Really? I mean, then it really gets to be
seriously.
Silly.
Seriously. No, wait a minute. Somebody needs to talk to this person. Sir, in Naples, if you're listening, you're talking about actually taking $50,000 and going to that lovely guitar-shaped casino in Miami and gambling it. That's literally what you're saying you're going to do.
It's tempting to speed through Naples in hopes that that's the person that pulls you over. So you can say, hey, are you the guy that did because he's a police officer. So it made me think, okay, what?
No, it's
I
not.
only got pulled over because of that. Do you know him? If it's not you,
what you could do? Oh, that's your excuse.
Yeah, right.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was trying to speed to attract a listener, a guy, see if he was listen to our podcast, so we could help him not get in trouble with trading stocks and options.
So I was trying to think about. Okay, so you have there's a lot of money, $10 trillion, a lot of money in available equity. What are the things you should do? I mean, could or should? I think one, still reasonable, is paying off higher interest rate debt, right? If you have 20% on credit cards.
Okay, that's one.
But there's a thing. Now, when you do that, then the credit cards, have different rights than the HELOC. The HELOC's attached to your real estate. So now you've made that a function. So that's not perfect. Absolutely no to play the real estate or stock market game. No, that's insanity, especially at these interest rates. And here's the other one that I think if you're going to do a HELOC, you got to have a plan to pay that off, because that's no matter what happens to interest rates, that is and generally they're variable with HELOCs. I think it's a lot of money, dude. I mean, that's a lot that you've got there that's tied up that you're hoping. No, I think that you got to have a plan to get rid of it. So both of those are problematic. Both the home price situation. You didn't really give any solutions, by the way. If you're,
I don't have a solution other than don't invest in single family real estate. That is my solution. Don't have the problem to begin with. Avoid the problem. It's like if you don't want to die of lung cancer, well, reduce your chances. Don't smoke.
Although, in fairness to lung cancer, there are people that are not smokers who still get it.
I know. I said if you want to reduce your chances.
Reduce your chances.
You can't eliminate risk entirely. No, we all know that. Well,
yeah, you can actually. Don't breathe, because that does eliminate it then.
Well, no, you stop breathing, and your risk of death is 100%.
Not from lung cancer.
No, anyway. But from death.
Death from death. You really do need a vacation. All right, question comes
I need a vacation.
From Michael in Norman, Oklahoma, where I still have relatives, by the way, who I've never visited my entire life. But I've never been. Ever been to Oklahoma? I've never been to Oklahoma.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Never been there.
Yeah, I had a stepdad whose family lived in eastern Oklahoma.
All right.
Yep, that's where I learned how to fire a .22 rifle. As one of my cousins was out hunting squirrels there in the forest.
You shot your cousin while hunting squirrels? Okay,
no, I don't think I shot a thing, but I learned how to shoot.
Yeah. I can remember when I learned to shoot on targets. Never hit a doggone thing. It's a good thing I didn't go to war. All right, Michael writes us
they would have trained you better.
By all means, I'm no financial guru.
Okay, good. He recognizes that.
First thing is never tell that to a financial advisor because they're going to rub their hands together and go, come on.
It sounds to me like there's a but there, though.
No, it says I have a traditional IRA from a previous employer. I also have a Roth IRA. Both of these are managed by myself. Now, wait a minute. Didn't you just a minute ago said you don't know anything? Okay, all right. Because I don't feel that the advisor that was over my portfolio was paying much attention to it. Quarterly fees, I was getting paid. Basically, come on, Michael. Basically, he says, I'm limited to this company's choices in mutual funds that I have to choose from. For instance, I couldn't invest in a specific penny stock or up-and-coming companies in the IT sector that go public. So he couldn't get in penny stocks or IPOs. He's really mad.
Stop.
Yeah?
Sir, do you listen to our show?
Not well.
Do you listen to the podcast? Really? Have you ever heard us say, gosh, Tom, I think penny stocks might be a great idea right now, don't you?
If I want to lose a lot of it. He says he can't get in on ground floor opportunities. How can I find the right people or person to help me get answers as to how to broaden my investment? Currently, I'm 100% in stocks, blended small and mid-cap companies.
Okay. The correct answer is you can't find someone to help you do it right.
They'll help you do it.
No, here's the thing.
A problem. Yeah.
You can't find someone who will do it right and do what you're asking them to do. Yes, you can find lots of people who will do it wrong just exactly like you want them to. What was his first line? What was the first line? I'm not
By all means, I'm no financial guru.
You're right. You are absolutely. The one statement you made in all of that is correct is that you are not a financial guru, and yet you want to play one with your money. You do. You think you are one because you think you're not, even though you're not a financial guru, and you know that. You see, this is the problem with our stupid little pea brains. We know that we're not financial gurus, and yet that lizard brain of ours is saying, yeah, but boy, I sure know when something's going to go up. I'm going to get it.
When I read this, what I read is go back to the advisor you're paying quarterly fees to, stay in the 100% mutual funds blended with various companies and run.
He's doing the
Don't walk.
He or she is doing the right thing and ignoring your portfolio except to occasionally rebalance it.
Yeah, and is telling you no to, let me think, penny stock. If you called me and said penny stocks, wow. Or ground floor opportunities, wow. IPOs, no way.
What would we say? What would we say to a client of Appella if they said, guys, this whole ETF and mutual fund thing, this diverse, no, it's too boring. I want excitement. I want the fun stuff. I want you to do the fun stuff or I'm leaving. What would we say?
We'd say the same thing I said to my ex-first wife. It's been a pleasure, but I won't see you anymore.
Yeah. Hasta, baby. Bye-bye.
Yeah, Michael, you need to rethink all this. Okay, Susan.
This is a real note, too, right?
Yeah.
You didn't just make this up. I thought maybe you were writing fiction in your spare time.
Wait, where we got the guy in Wisconsin for that?
Luke.
Susan.
Luke.
I wonder where he is on mini cows. I'll have to ask him. Susan.
The mini cows do this. They go.
I just think the stakes would be too small for me. All right, Susan.
No, you did that joke once,
I'm sorry.
and it didn't go over
I'm
well.
going to try it another time. You're leaving. You got to get out of here. I'm going to be all by my lonesome. Susan from India.
I pity the poor listeners.
Susan from Indianapolis writes, thank you both for all you do. Thank you, Susan. I've learned so much that retirement no longer scares me. That's even better. Can you help me with any flaws in my basic retirement calculation? All right. She can live on $45,000 a year today. I would like to have $55,000 in retirement. She's 40. Okay, so we're talking about.
Oh my gosh, we're talking about a lifetime away.
Well, no, she says she wants to retire at 55.
Oh, okay, 15.
And today she has $350,000 saved. Okay, $350.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
She takes the $350, right?
Mm-hmm.
She's saying she's inputting a 4% rate of return. I think you can do better than that.
So she's being super conservative.
Yeah, she's assuming $40,000 a year contribution for 15 years. Mm-hmm. By her calculation, she'd have $1.4 million. See, the $350
sounds about right. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Plus you're adding.
Yep. Plus the 4%, which is compounding from that point on. And so, yeah. Okay.
Just kind of roughing it out. Yeah. I assume a 4% withdrawal rate of the 1.4. That puts me at the desired $55,000 a year at age 55.
Yep.
I understand nothing is certain, but is there anything that you would adjust in that calculation or recommend that I reconsider?
I think she's been brilliantly conservative, actually.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think through the 45, how much with an inflation rate of, let's be honest with ourselves here, 4% a year for the next 15 years. I'm not sure the 45 will cover. Well, I know if we're going back 100 years, it's been about 3. So maybe even at what is 3% for 15 years? That's quite a bit on 45,000. I'd have to get
that's
my calculator.
That's about a double.
So it's going to be
put her at about 80.
Yeah, so that was the part of the equation
However,
I wasn't sure of. Yeah,
her growth calculation is very conservative.
It is.
Therefore, if you kick her growth up just 1% or 2,
say 6. I think you can make 6.
Then she's going to be fine again.
Okay, all right. So I love the fact that you're thinking about this at 40. I love the fact you're thinking about not just the additions, but what you'll need to live on and retire. I think that's fantastic. So. No, Don's right. I mean, you're low on the inflation, but yeah.
Figure you're going to need 80 or 90, but also figure you can get 6 or maybe 7 relatively conservatively, at least based on what the past has shown us. We don't know diddly about the future. That's what the past has shown us.
Yeah.
Is that a 7% average annual return is very doable for a balanced portfolio, or has been.
Susan, we're going to give you Michael's number in Norman, Oklahoma. Maybe you can give him a little help.
Yeah,
too.
You need to help him out. Poor Norman. No, poor Michael.
Don.
I feel bad for the whole town because of Michael.
Don is gone, but I'm still here. So at Lake Chelan, I take calls in the morning, and I start drinking beer at about 11:30. So by 2:30, not so helpful, but the rest of the time.
This show will be airing.
Oh.
While you're in Chelan.
Yeah, I'll still take the calls.
And then
you'll
be driving back to Seattle to do the live Saturday
Hopefully bring
show.
the computer with me this time.
Yeah.
Let's not go there.
Yeah. And if you have questions for us, just go to talkingrealmoney.com. You can meet with us. Go to talkingrealmoney.com. You want to know anything, just go to talkingrealmoney.com. You want all of the knowledge of mankind in one place, just go to talkingrealmoney.com. Okay, I made up that last part. But if it's money knowledge you want, we've got a lot of it, and over 1,200 podcasts to boot.
And leave the boots out. You know, my wife's still wearing a boot after 3 weeks of a broken foot. I told her not to kick me. I'm a hard ass, but no, didn't listen to me.
No. I learned when I broke both of mine kicking you that you do have.
I had it coming, but still, come on.
He had it coming. All right. Thank you all for being a part of this and putting up with us. We appreciate you so very much. I'm done. Tom's over there, and he'll be driving over the mountains to get back here on a Saturday so that he and me can be talking real money.
We hope
hope you realize that the information provided on Talking Real Money is for informational, educational, and hopefully enjoyable purposes only. Providing personalized financial planning or investing advice takes time, so please consult with a really good fee-only fiduciary investment, tax, or legal advisor. We know a good one. Investing must always involve risk. In other words, you can and probably will lose money at times. Also, as much as you want it, no one can accurately and consistently predict the future, so past performance doesn't tell you a darn thing about what the future will bring. Unlike many other programs that say something similar, Talking Real Money is not trying to get you to buy or sell any financial products or securities. Instead, the program is provided as a public service by Appella Capital, a fee-only registered investment advisor. Thanks for listening, and please visit TalkingRealMoney.com for more information and disclosures. That should keep the lawyers happy.